This week in Math in the Real World, we're going to talk about debt. We're going to go over how interest rates affect it, how your monthly payment can greatly affect how quickly you pay it off. First of all, you're going to find that this spreadsheet is linked below in the description so that you can download it for yourself, or you can find it in Microsoft Teams if you're in the Math in the Real World online course. Please stop the video right now, download this spreadsheet so you can do this and follow along with me. Have you done it yet? Okay, let's get started. All right, in this document, we're just going to start with debt. Debt is any sort of loan or credit card charge or something where you don't actually have the money to pay for it. So you borrow money from someone else. So when you pay with a credit card, or you take out a mortgage on a home, or take out a car loan, or many of you are going to do this, take out a student loan to pay for college. That is all debt. Say you took out a $10,000 loan. And what's going to happen is when you take out that loan, there's an interest rate that you're going to be charged. And that will vary depending on what kind of loan it is, what kind of debt it is. So let's just say you got an interest rate of, we'll just say 6%. Let's go ahead and say that your monthly payment on this loan was $200 a month. Let's see how many months it would take to pay off this loan if you're paying $200 a month. Okay, so after the first month, how much do I owe now? So I'm going to need to do a little bit of equation. First, I'm going to hit equals. I'm going to do parentheses. First, you had $10,000, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to subtract the payment that I paid off on that debt, but now I need to multiply by that interest rate. Interest is typically stated as sort of a yearly interest rate, but it's often calculated in terms of months. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply, and we're going to have another parentheses here, and we're going to go 1 plus interest rate, and then we're going to divide it by 12, because this is going to happen every month. So in other words, we took the debt, we subtracted the monthly payment, that gave us what was left, and then we're going to multiply it by this number that has to do with the interest rate. So it's 1 plus the rate divided by 12, because it is typically assessed every month, and there's 12 months in the year. So you'll see here, if I pay $200 off, at the end of that month, I've actually only paid off $151. That's how much less I actually owe the bank. And so what I can do then is I can continue this process. So say I do another monthly payment of $200. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is, instead of it being equals the debt and then that formula, I'm going to start with what I still owe as a principal. It's up here. So equals F2 minus our payment times parentheses 1 plus the rate divided by 12. Okay, and now you can see after 2 months, that's a little more than $300 I've paid off. I've actually given them $400, but it's counted as a little more than $300. And all I need to do now with the second line is I should be able to repeat it, copy and paste it, and have it just show what happens each month. And as I go down, you can see that the balance is going to continue to shrink, and we can see how many months this would take. So it looks like in this case, after 57 months, which is just shy of 5 years of paying $200 a month, I will have gotten down to $69.69, and then my next payment wouldn't be $200, it'd be $69.69. Now, if we were to add up, so I'm going to put equals sum, and then I'm just going to click here and drag all the way to the top. Okay, and I'm going to add up all those payments. How much did I actually pay off? Well, I actually paid them back $11,469. We would say that the cost of this loan is the difference between that and what I borrowed. If you borrowed $10,000, then the cost of this loan is $1,469.69. What if you went to one of those fancy universities and you went there for 4 years and you racked up $100 grand? So here's the deal. If you were to pay off $200 now, look, your debt is higher than it once was. If you paid off $300, you would have still gone up. Sheesh, how much am I going to have to pay off? $400? Nope. Debt's still higher. $500 a month? Oh, great. You paid off $500 a month, and it counted for $2.50. If you went down to 5 years at this point, you would see that you'd paid off $175 after 5 years of paying $500 a month. So let's just do that quick sum. How much money did you just pay in order to get $175 paid off? Oh, you just paid them $30,000. Okay, so let me give you an example from credit cards. Usually the amount that you can charge on credit card is significantly less than on, say, a student loan, but the interest rate is significantly higher. When you charge that card, a statement comes out to tell you what your minimum payment is. So an example here that I've given is maybe you charge about $1,000 and they say that your minimum payment is $25. And I want to show you the difference between if you pay that minimum payment versus you pay even just a little bit more, how much of a difference it can be, especially in credit cards. So here we have paying that minimum payment 25 and just continue it on. Here 30. Okay. Now, I always recommend that if you have a high interest credit card like this, that you don't actually use it for long-term debt, meaning something you're going to charge and then pay off in months or years. That's a bad idea. If it's something you're going to pay off in matters of weeks, then using a credit card can sometimes be something that you can manage, but it's not really a great idea for months or years. So anyway, you'll see how the math works out here. If I pay just that $25 a month after 5 years, I still owe $371.97 on that debt. However, if I had increased how much I had paid to $30, just $5 more a month, then, oh, wait, actually, I've already paid it off. I've paid it off before, literally 6, 7 months before, and that's with just a small change. And so you can go ahead and mess with this editor to see sort of differences and small changes. This is also called an amortization schedule. It shows you as you pay off something, how much is your balance, how much is what's called your principal, the amount you still owe the bank or whatever institution lended you the money. Hey Theo, I see you've got your gecko costume on. Do you want me to turn on the green screen effect? All right. Oh, there you go. You're invisible.
Okay.